Happy Monday, everyone. So, 4 months away until the Super Bowl. I know everyone's excited, including myself. The NFL has hired a performer to perform the halftime show. Is it Funny Bunny, Kiss Bunny, Rabbit Bunny? Oh, Bad Bunny. Who would have guessed? Bad Bunny is going to perform on the halftime show of the Super Bowl, and a lot of people are very upset about it. There's controversies in regards to this because he's performing, and a lot of people are not very, very happy about this. Well, you're going to be very, very, very surprised of my reaction of all of this. So, welcome back, everyone, to That's It. All right, you guys. So the NFL has picked anti-law Bad Bunny to perform the halftime of the NFL. Now, like I told you in my intro, I heard of the name, but I don't listen to his music because it's worldly music, it's secular music. I don't listen to him at all. All I do know about the man is that he is Puerto Rican and he's from Puerto Rico and he's an American and he really, really don't like a lot of things that's going on in the United States. Like he's anti everything. And when I say anti law, for example, he's anti ICE, he's anti open borders, he hates Republicans, he hates Donald Trump, he hates the anti immigrants, excuse me. And he refused to tour in America because he feels that ICE is going to not deport him because he's American, deport, his fans. And my thing is, if that's true, why even accept the NFL's offer to perform for the halftime for the Super Bowl? You know what I mean? I guess, the paycheck and the amount is that huge that for him, he couldn't refuse the offer, I believe. But anyway, so a lot of people are not happy about this. A lot of people are not happy that he's going to be formed because I was told that most of his music is Spanish. It's not English. And he was on a Saturday Night Live, and then and I'm paraphrasing here. He basically said, people have 4 months to learn Spanish before he performs. And then I don't know. A lot of people took it as a dig. Listen, I don't know if it was a dig or not. Listen, Shakira and Jennifer Lopez, they performed in the Super Bowl and they were great. And they're both, Latinas women, so no one didn't have a big deal about that. Frankly, I really don't care, to be honest with you, whether Bad Bunny performs during the halftime. I just wouldn't watch it. You know what I mean? And lately, some of the performers have been performing, lately has been good, but some of them has not been great. I look forward to the commercials because the commercials are the best. However, I don't know. To be honest, I don't know the whole big stink about this is if this man really doesn't like ICE and don't like the laws, then that's his business. That's his right. To be honest with you, and that's how he feels. But the thing is, I don't understand. Like he doesn't like ICE. They're doing their jobs. They're doing what they're told and what they're paid to do. So if they're going to take criminals and illegal migrants, that's what they're supposed to do. Okay, they have no business here in the United States. So I don't know why him in particular or anyone in that matter is against that. Like when we were under Joe Biden administration, there was open borders. People were coming out of the woodwork to our country, okay? And you had convicted murderers, rapists, pedophiles, just crime after crime. People are milking our system, and then we're paying it with our tax paying dollars, which that's so unfair that you have hard working class people are just trying to survive and we're supporting these illegal migrants, which is totally not fair and right. So I don't understand how anyone can be okay having an open border. You know what I'm saying? It's not like we can go to other countries and just go. There's protocols, there's steps to get in. I can't go to Australia just like that. I can't go to what you call it, Mexico or Canada or England. There's steps. You know what I mean? So why is it okay for people to come here and thinking that it's okay to come? And la di da di, la da 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 da, like it. No, it's not okay. I don't know why anyone is so against open borders. We need to have closed borders to feel safe again, because people were not feeling safe with open borders were open. Uh, Teenagers, college students, minors were being raped, attacked, sexually abused. People are being murdered left and right. And how is that okay? We're not saying that people should not come to the United States. Obviously, people should come to the United States to have opportunities and have dreams and goals, but do it the legal way. That's what they're saying. And we don't want criminals. We don't want pedophiles. We don't want rapists. We want to keep our borders safe, just like any other country. I can't go to Japan or Tokyo. There's protocols. You know what I mean? And you don't see people flooding gates to their country. No, because there's protocols, there's steps. So why is it that the United States can't have that? Then we're a bunch of racists? No. There's laws in place and there's protocols. If you're going to come to any country, you got to follow the rules. You got to follow the law. So I don't understand why this bad bunny is against that. But anyway, and then ICE. Listen, everyone has a job to do. Everyone has bosses after bosses after bosses, okay? They're just doing their job. So cut them some slack here, okay? You think it's easy for them getting attacked on a daily basis, getting things thrown at them because they're just doing their job? They're just doing what they're told. You think they're happy about this? No, they're not. Just like everyone else has a job to do. And then if you don't like it, then write a letter to Congress. You know what I mean? But just attacking ICE and just saying, oh, they shouldn't wear masks. They should just reveal their face if they're going to arrest illegal immigrants. No, they have to protect themselves and their family. Hello? That's just common sense. So if you were under some type of an investigation or you're doing deep cover, you think you're just going to like show your face, you're going to disguise yourself or do something so people won't recognize you, so they won't come after you or your family. So for people to say, oh, they should reveal themselves, no, they shouldn't. They're protecting themselves and their family because they're really crazy, unhinged people out there, okay? So I don't understand why he's against that. Republicans, I don't know. He hates them. He hates Trump. Whatever. That's his own prerogative to hate people, to hate the Republicans and Trump. But my issue is, I'm glad that we have closed borders. I'm glad they're no longer open. I'm glad that ICE is doing their job, even though it's really hard on them and tough on them because they're dealing with unhinged people. I just don't understand why people don't see it that way, that they're just protecting our country and not having criminals to come to our this land. You get what I'm saying? I just don't understand that. But back to the NFL. Listen, whether you like him or know him, does it really matter if he performs? Does he? No, I really don't care. But, there was news that the Turning Point USA is doing their own halftime, which I am pleased about. And I just want to read to you their announcement that they made about this. Give me 1 second, you guys. No, not this. Okay, huge announcement. This is from Turning Point USA. It is true. Turning Point USA is thrilled to announce the All-American Halftime Show. Performance event details coming soon. February 8th of 2026. Riley Gaines commented and said, Bad Bunny told Americans they have 4 months to learn Spanish if we wanted to understand the Super Bowl halftime show. No thanks. We will just have our own. Enjoy your low-rated halftime show. Listen, it may backfire. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm definitely going to tune in on Turning Point Halftime USA because, again, I don't listen to that worldly music. Like I said, I heard of the name, but I really don't know that particular guy. And for someone who's anti everything, which that's his own prerogative, for me as a Christian, I don't listen to that music and I don't want to engage or entertain that. But I'm happy to please that Turning Point USA is doing their own halftime because I feel like it's more godly, more Christian, more all-American. When this guy, he's not American at all, even though he is American, but he's anti-American. He's anti-law. So I can't support someone who doesn't like America, who doesn't support America, I can't stand by that. And everyone is can do whatever they want, to each his own. But I can't support that. And plus, I don't support that music anyway. But I'm happy to please that Turning Point is doing that. And it's super important. I feel like more people, in my opinion, I could be wrong, is going to engage more of that halftime opposed to the NFL. And I don't know why the NFL would do this anyway. I don't know why they would entertain it. Maybe they're trying to stick it to President Trump. Maybe they're trying to stick it to the Republicans. I don't know. Um, we all going to wait and see if the ratings are going to do well or not. I'm just guessing it's probably not. It all depends on how the halftime is going to be, which I'm not going to engage in or watch, or the commercials. And at the end of the day, you guys, the halftime Super Bowl is all about coming together with friends and family, enjoying the Super Bowl, and watching the funny commercials and disengaging with one another. That's what it's all about. And this whole nonsense of Bad Bunny and da 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 da. Who really cares? You know what I mean? If you want to go watch him perform, then do that. Everyone has their free will. At least we have options now that we can go to Turning Point All American USA and watch another other performance, which I'm so looking forward to. And I hope they pick Brandon Lakes because I really love him as an artist, among other people too that I listen to. So I hope they have him as perform as a Super Bowl. I'm really, really looking forward to that if they picked him, if they choose for him to perform. So I'm looking forward to that. But like I said, it's all about just coming together, having fun. Not. I just feel like I don't know what the NFL is thinking. I just feel like they're just trying to divide people and just trying to have controversy so they can have ratings for their ratings to be up to have this particular man to perform, and even though he's anti everything in our American system. I don't know. Maybe it was just all a big plan for them to do this, just to have ratings and just to have this whole big talk and controversy about it because a lot of people are talking about it. A lot of people are talking about it. And I want to share to you this video of this commentator that spoke to President Trump about the whole Bad Bunny and him performing in the halftime Super Bowl. And Donald Trump had his input on this. So take a listen to what Donald Trump had to say about Bad Bunny's upcoming performance in the Super Bowl. So take a listen. Whoops, there we go.
The NFL just chose the Bad Bunny Rabbit or whatever his name, this guy who hates ICE. He doesn't like you. He accuses everything he doesn't like of racism. Do you think maybe we should just kind of entertain blowing off the NFL like a boycott or something along those lines? This guy does not seem like a unifying entertainer, and a lot of folks don't even know who he is.
I never heard of him. I don't know who he is. I don't know why they're doing it. It's like crazy. And then they blame it on some promoter that they hired to pick up entertainment. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. And while we're at it, I'd like them to change the kickoff rule, which looks ridiculous, where the ball is kicked and the ball is floating in the air and everyone's standing there watching it. It's ridiculous. It's not any safer than the regular kickoff. I think it just looks so terrible. I think it really demeans football, to be honest with you. It's a great game, but it demeans football. Do you know what I mean by that? The kickoff rule, the new kickoff rule. It's ridiculous.
All right. You heard it from the president. Ridiculous. The whole thing is ridiculous, but hey, we're going to wait and see. I'm definitely looking forward to the Super Bowl. I'm definitely not going to watch the halftime of Bad Bunny, like I told you before. And we're just going to wait and see. And I was told that ICE is going to be there. Just, make sure everything is just running smoothly, just in case, something pops off or things act up, that they may arrest people. And that's what Bad Bunny is worried about, that he's afraid that people are going to be arrested. Listen, if you are an illegal migrant and you're not supposed to be here, ICE needs to do their job and to remove them from our country, okay, from the United States, and go back to theirs. That's how it is. I'm sorry. That's the law, okay? Just like other countries has their law. We cannot go to random countries and just go there. You know what I mean? We can't do that. So, again, there's laws for everybody. And people just have to follow the laws. Sorry, but not sorry. Anyway, That's all I'm going to say about that. What are your thoughts? Who are you choosing? You going to watch Bad Bunny perform on the halftime Super Bowl, or are you going to shift and check out All American Turning Point USA and their halftime show? You already know where I'm going. And again, at the end of the day, it's not about, right or left. For me, it's just a moral thing. Like I said, I don't even listen to that secular music. I don't even, again, I heard of the name, but I don't know anything about this man. All I know is that um, he's a cross dresser, which it shouldn't be relevant. It's just that type of performance and what he stands for is just not a good taste for me, to be honest with you. And everyone can represent how they want to represent. And I'm not hating on the guy because I don't know him from the hole in the wall. But I want to celebrate faith, family, and freedom. That's what I want to celebrate. Okay, I don't want to celebrate like hate or anti this, anti that. I just want to celebrate, happiness, joy, all of us coming together, none of us, being divided, because that's what they want. They want us division, and it shouldn't be division. It's all about celebrating and enjoying the Super Bowl and being together with friends and family and just having a good time. And that's what it should be. It should about be family, faith, and freedom. This is the land of the free, and we should um, enjoy that and not be, you know, miserable, you know what I mean? Or be sad or unhappy or angry or bitter or whatever the case might be. You know what I mean? Especially, what I got from, Charlie Kirk, that it's so important, to have free speech. It's so important to, to say what's on your mind and not be apologetic about it and just have that freedom and that right to voice your opinion and choose, and not let that be taken away from us. That's what people fought so hard before we were born to have that for us, for generations after generations. And that should not be taken away from neither of us. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Thank you so much for joining my YouTube channel. That's it. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care and God bless.